inorganic molecular structure. So let's start with what you mean by molecules. So as we already studied in the bridge course, so molecules are nothing but these are the combination of more than one atom. So one ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ atom combine ಆದಾಗ ಏನ್ formation ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ molecules ಅಂತೀವಿ. So for example hydrogen molecule H2, for example chlorine molecule Cl2, right? So whatever the atoms are there except noble gas, so those atoms do not exist in a free state. So it doesn't have any free existence. It always combine together to form a molecules. So ಏನ್ atoms ಇರ್ತದೋ ಆ atom free state ಅಲ್ಲಿ exhibit ಆಗ್ತಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. It doesn't have any free existence. Free state ಅಲ್ಲಿ existence ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So it always combine together to form a molecules. So except noble gas. So noble gas ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, so as you already know, so noble gas is known as zero group elements. Zero group elements. So why it is known as a zero group elements? Because of its electronic configuration. So the noble gas NH2 NP6, right? So which is having a 8 electron in the outermost shell. So 8 electrons ava 8 electrons ava. So 8 electrons means it doesn't have the capacity to lose electron, it do not have the capacity to gain electrons, right? So hence the whatever the atom which is having a 8 electron in the outermost shell, so that indicates it is a stable one. Okay, so that's why it is known as zero group elements. ಯಾಕಂತೀವಿ zero group elements ಅಂತ? So ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡಿ NH2 NP6 ಅದ electronic configuration 8 electrons ಅವ. ಯಾವ atom 8 electrons ಇರತ್ತೋ outermost shell ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತೀವಿ stable ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? So that indicates it doesn't have the capacity to lose electron or gain electron. So ಇದು already completely filled ಅದ. So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ lose ಮಾಡೋ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, gain ಮಾಡೋ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. So except noble gas, the whatever the other atoms are there, they always combine together to form a molecules. Understood? So that attractive force that holds the constituent together in a different chemical species is called chemical bond. So what do you mean by chemical bond? So chemical bond is nothing but the attractive force that holds the constituent together. Constituent means either it may be ion or it may be a molecule. So when it constituent together in a different chemical species. So different chemical species means either it may a transfer of electron or it may a share of electrons among themselves. Okay? So that attractive force is called the chemical bond. Understood? So what do you mean by chemical bond? So chemical bond is nothing but the attractive force that holds the constituents So constituents is nothing but either it may be an ion or it may be an atom. Okay? So that the attractive force that holds the constituent together in a different chemical species. So different chemical species. So attractive force ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ either it may complete transfer of electrons. So whatever the chemical bonds are formed by the union of two or more atoms that is around the outermost shell. So outermost shell ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತ electrons ನ hold ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹೇಗೆ hold ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? either transfer ಆಗ್ತಿರಬೇಕು electrons one atom ಇಂದ another atom or the share of electrons taking place among themselves. So ಎರಡು ಶೇರ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರಬೇಕು, ಎರಡು ಆಟಮ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ನ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಆವಾಗ ಆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ನಾವು ಏನಂತೀವಿ? ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಬಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಆಯ್ತಾ? repeat once again, the attractive force that holds the constituent together in a different chemical species. Different chemical species means either transfer of electrons or transfer of electrons from one atom to the other atom or sharing of electrons among themselves. Okay? So for example, if we consider NaCl, right? So So Cl, Na and Cl. Right. So what is the number of electrons in the sodium? So it is 11. Right. So what is the number of electrons of chlorine? That is 17. So what is the electronic configuration? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Right. Otherwise it is also represented as neon 3s1. Right. So chlorine is having the electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. Right. So this is nothing but the neon 3s2, 3p5. Is it clear? So what is the definition? The attractive force that holds the constituent together. Right. So see here, the outermost shell is having 1 electrons in the sodium. So outermost shell is having 7 electrons in the chlorine. To attain stability, ಈಗ ಆಟಮ್ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನರ್ಥ? ಆ ಒಂದು ಆಟಮ್ ಗೆ 8 electrons ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್. ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಗೆ p orbitals ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, only it is having a s orbital, so hence it is having a maximum of capacity is 2. Okay, but the other atom always it should be 8 electron to attain stability. Is it clear? So sodium nodri 3s1 ada, chlorine nodri 3s2 3p5 ada. So to attain stability, so inner shell is having 8 electrons here. Right. So 8 electrons means it is stable one. It is having a 1 excess electrons. Right. To attain the stability, it requires 7 electrons. Right. So similarly for chlorine, see here the outermost shell is having 8 electrons. To attain stability, it requires 1 electrons. By gaining 7 electron is easy, or the losing 1 electron is easy. So as you know, the losing 1 electron is easier compared to the exception of 7 electrons, right? So that's why it will lose that electrons to chlorine. So e electrons na chlorine ge adu kodutade. Artha aita? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. So sodium ಗೆ 11 electrons ada, chlorine ಗೆ 17 electrons ada, right? So what is the electronic configuration? So 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. So ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನದ 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. That you already studied in the classification, right? So outermost ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ last shell ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. Outermost ಅಂದ್ರೆ last, inner shell ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋದು. So sodium ಗೆ last shell ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು electrons ಅವ? 1 ಅದ. Chlorine ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅದ? 7 ಅದ. So ಇದು ಆಕ್ಟೇಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ 8 electrons ಬೇಕು. ಅರ್ಥಾಯ್ತಾ? ಯಾವುದೇ ಆಟಮ್ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಕಂಟೇನ್ಸ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 8 electrons ಇರಲೇಬೇಕು. ಅರ್ಥಾಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದೇ electrons ಅದ, ಇಟ್ ನೀಡ್ 7 more electrons, right? So by gaining 7 electron is easy or losing 1 electron is easy? 7 electron accept ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಈಸಿ ನೋ, 1 electron ಲೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಈಸಿ ನೋ? So 1 electron lose ಮಾಡೋದು ಈಸಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಅದೇನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ನ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಗೆ 7 electrons ಅವ. So chlorine is having 7 electrons in the outermost shell. So hence the 1 electron of the sodium is transferred to the chlorine atom, right? So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಇದು 1 electrons ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, so what would be the charge here? So that is loss of 1 electrons, right? So ಇದಕ್ಕೆ 1 electrons accept ಮಾಡ್ತು, that is a gain of electrons. So to the formation of a 1 bond, the attractive force, ಆ attractive force ಏನಂತೀವಿ, chemical bonding ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅದ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಇದು electrons ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ the electronic configuration is neon. Okay, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಇದು 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. So what would be the electronic configuration of chlorine now? So it is nothing but neon 3s2, 3p6, right? So stable ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, 8 electrons ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. So ಆ attractive force ಗೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತೀವಿ, chemical bond ಅಂತೀವಿ. So I will take one more example. So that is hydrogen molecule. Okay. So hydrogen molecule. So this example I explained in the bridge course also. So how the hydrogen molecules are formed? So hydrogen molecule is having 2 hydrogen atom, right? So which is having one electron. So 1s1, 1s1. So here ಸೊ ಈಗ ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಆಸ್ ಐ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಯು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ದ s orbit can accommodate 2 electrons. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು 2 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ, 2ಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ 2 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೆಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ 1 electron and this is also ಡೆಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ 1 electrons. ಇದಕ್ಕೂ 1 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಅದ, ಇದಕ್ಕೂ 1 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಅದ. ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ so those electrons are shared between them. Okay, so share ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತದ. ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಿ, ಸೊ ಆ ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ಗೆ 2 ರೂಪೀಸ್ ಅದ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ 1 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಅದ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ 1 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಅದ. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೂ ಆ ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ನನಗೂ ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ನಾವ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ನಾನು 1 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಹಾಕುದು, ನೀವು 1 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಹಾಕುದು. ಸೊ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತದ್ದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಶೇರ್ಡ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ 2 ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್ when it share the electrons, the electronic configuration is 1s2 for this hydrogen and 1s2 electronic configuration for this hydrogen. So that whatever the electrostatic forces are there between the atoms, so that attractive force is called the chemical bond. Understood? So I will repeat it once again. Chemical bond is nothing but the attractive force that holds the constituent together in a different chemical species. ಆ attractive force ಏನು ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೋ, ಆ atoms ನ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೋ, ಆ attractive force ಗೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತೀವಿ, chemical bond ಅಂತೀವಿ. So ಆ different chemical species means either a complete transfer of electrons takes place from one atom to the other atom like this. So ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, or the sharing of electron between themselves, among themselves. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಶೇರ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ to the formation of a bond. So that bond is called chemical bond. Why do elements combine to form a compounds? So elements yaar combine agittu compound formation agutte. Why? So why do elements combine to form compounds? So why do elements combine to form compounds? So first one, the tendency to attain octet configuration or it is also known as noble gas configuration. Okay, so that is nothing but for the maximum stability. Okay, then the second one, the tendency to attain a state of lowest energy possible. So that is again for maximum stability. Okay, so for these two reasons the element combine to form a compounds. So first reason, the tendency to attain octet configuration. As I already explained you, whatever the elements are there, they do not form in the free state. It always combine together to form a molecules or compounds. So why? That is for only the elements except the noble gas, because it is having a capacity to transfer the electrons or share the electrons. That indicates there is a formation of an attractive force, attract the bond between the atoms. So that's why the elements combine to form a compounds. So octet configuration attain ಆಗ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. So whatever the atoms will attain octet, those are more stable. Understood? So to attain the stability, the elements combine to form a compounds. So adu atom elements stability attain ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು combine ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟು compound formation ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay. energy easily. Okay, so attain stability, it is having a tendency to attain a state of lowest energy possible. So which is the element is means whatever the elements are having the lowest energy possible, that indicates that atom can lose energy easily. Understood? To attain stability, main ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ atom or element to stability attain ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ they combine with each other to the formation of a compounds. So why do elements combine to form a compounds? Because to attain stability, so it combines together to form a compounds. Okay, so next let me discuss about the causal and Lewis approach to the chemical bonding. Okay, so in the formation of chemical bond, in terms of electrons are successfully explained independently by causal and Lewis. Causal and Lewis in the year 1916. Okay, so causal and Lewis independently explain the formation of chemical bonding in terms of electrons. So in chemical bonding formation agutte in terms of electrons. So our chemical bond na causal and Lewis explain madidare in the year 1916. So according to the causal and Lewis, the atoms considered to made up of a positive kernel. So positive kernel is nothing but nucleus and the inner electrons. Okay, so according to the causal and Lewis, the atoms was considered to made up of a positive kernel. So positive kernel andre idu nucleus and the inner electrons. As you know, the electrons are revolving around it in a closed circular path. So it is a nucleus at the center. So electrons are revolving around it. Right? So nucleus and the inner electrons. So that is called positive kernel, and the outer electrons. Outer shell electrons, that accommodate the maximum of 8 electrons. So outer shell alli maximum ಎಷ್ಟು electrons accommodate ಆಗಬೇಕು? 8 electrons accommodate ಆಗ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. So one thing, the maximum capacity of the maximum capacity of electron in the orbit is 2n square. So orbit into the maximum capacity is 2n square. So n is nothing but principal quantum number, as you already know. So principal quantum number. Okay, so n is equal to 1 ittandre aa shell ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರುತ್ತೆ electrons? 2 electrons irutte, right? So if n is equal to 2, aa shell ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು electrons irutte? 8 electrons irutte. Understood? So 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. So 8 electrons. So what is meant by an atom according to the causal and Lewis? So causal and Lewis, according to the causal and Lewis, the atoms was considered to made up of a positive kernel and the outer shell electrons that accommodate a maximum of 8 electrons. Okay, that electrons are occupied at the corners of the cubes in the positive kernel. So cubes ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಒಂದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ ಇವು 8 ಕಾರ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈ ಆಗ್ತಿರಬೇಕು ಆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್. ಯಾವ 8 electrons occupy agada, so that indicates it is a octet. So according to the Lewis approach, the atoms are stable when it is having 8 electrons in the outermost shell. Octet. So octet iddaga ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತೀವಿ? atoms stable ಅದ ಅಂತೀವಿ. So that is according to the causal and Lewis approach. Understood? So for example, I already explained you sodium. So sodium ಗೆ outermost ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟದ? 3s1 ಅದ. chlorine ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟದ? 3s2 3p5 ಅದ. right? correct? So only one electrons are occupied. One electron is occupied at the corners. So here 7 electrons are occupied at the corners. ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು. ಸೊ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ and this is Cl minus. So Cl minus ಆದಾಗ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ 8 electrons, 6 electrons ಆಗುತ್ತಾ. So 6 electrons means it is having a octet configuration. So that is a noble gas configuration. So hence it is a stable one. Okay. So this is the Kozel-Lewis approach to chemical bonding. So Lewis also explained that the atom is a stable when it attains octet configuration. So 8 electron configuration ಯಾವ atom attain ಮಾಡುತ್ತೋ chemical bond formation ಆಗಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ, so ಆ atom ಗೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತೀವಿ, stable ಅಂತೀವಿ. Understood? So this is about the introduction regarding the chemical bonding and the molecular structure. So I am going to continue with the